Somebody had a question about filing joint married, and are there any benefits for not filing married?
Almost none if you're married. You know, there's a whole issue about the marriage tax penalty, and this is when the husband and wife combine their income on a joint return and it pushes up into a higher tax bracket. And people just raise hell about this all the time. That almost never happens. If you look at the law, there's really a marriage tax bonus. Usually, when two people get married, put their income together, it brings them to a lower tax bracket or leaves them in the same tax bracket. About the only time that I've ever seen filing separate work is if one spouse has really high medical expenses, because medical expenses are only deductible to the extent that they exceed 10% of AGI. So if one spouse could get a big medical expense deduction by being over that 10% of their own AGI, but not the combined AGI, that might pay off. But if one spouse itemizes, the other spouse has to itemize. He or she can't use the standard deduction. So I mean, that usually offsets it. But in all the years I covered taxes, I never found one case where married filing separately paid off, except where marital discord. If there's a divorce coming, but it's not for tax reasons, it's for emotional reasons or other reasons. But for tax reasons, financial reasons, almost never pays off.
Okay. Are you saying that whenever you file jointly, that there's separate tax brackets for joint filers and there's separate tax brackets for individual filers?
Yes, there are different tax brackets. And as part of the effort to get over the marriage tax penalty, the tax brackets for married couples are almost double for singles. So if at $20,000 you move into another bracket on singles, you move into that same bracket at $40,000 for married. So I mean, again, if the incomes are relatively the same, that's the only time you would ever have a marriage tax penalty. It's possible that together, since the married is only double the single, it's possible you could be pushed into a slightly higher bracket. But in most cases, the differentiation between the one spouse and the other spouse, the fact that it's double the single, means that almost always you're going to be in a lower bracket or the same bracket. There are only 5 brackets now, so often you'd still be in the same bracket.
Okay, that's interesting to know.